Welcome everybody. My name is Kiana and welcome to my first ever knitting podcast. And say hello to this little guy. This is Neo. He's always stuck to me, so I think you'll see him more often. Welcome to my first ever knitting podcast. Like I said, my name is Kiana. I'm 27 years old and I'm from the Netherlands. I'm living up north in the city called Groningen. And I've been knitting for, I think, approximately 4 to 5 years. I've been crocheting longer, but that never really took off like it did with knitting 4 years ago. And I think COVID definitely had a hand in that as well. I mean, we were all stuck back at home and looking for nice activities to do, didn't we? So I've been wanting to do a podcast for some time, but to be honest, I've been scared to do so. I'm not really sure what I'm scared of, but there are so many other lovely podcasts out there that I love watching. And it kind of felt stupid to make another one about my knitting journey, so I never really did. But my friends have been encouraging me to document my journey. Thank you, Naomi. So here I am. So what do I want to be talking to you about today? Well, my table is filled with yarn at the moment. I have some finished objects I want to share with you. I finished three things this month, which, to be honest, I didn't think I would finish anything when the year started. I have some whips laying around that I want to show you, and some yarn acquisitions, obviously. But first I want to tell you a little bit about the new knitting journal that I bought. So I bought this bullet journal. It's by Knit and Living, and I bought it last year because I want to give a diary or a knitting diary a chance again. Over the past few years, I've been trying multiple of them, just like empty books that I can write and draw and, I don't know, put all yarn scraps in, but it never really took off. So every now and then I am trying to find something that suits me, that challenges me. When I saw this knitting journal by Knit and Living over the past couple of months and how she's using it, and I thought, okay, let's give it a try. So I bought it. So how it works, it's a little bit different than most knitting journals. So every month has its own drawings. So this is, let me see, this is March, and it has all these lovely butterflies in it. And so you can color up choose different colors and then keep track of the amount you are knitting on a day. So obviously this is January. This is what it looks like now, as we're almost at the end of the month. So as you can see, I chose 4 bright colors for this one. Orange is like 0 to 2 hours. Light pink is 2 to 4 hours. And then we have the darker purple-ish color, which is 4 to 6 hours, and green is more than 6 hours. As you can see, in the beginning of the month, I didn't knit as much, but I've been knitting a little bit more in the second half of the month. And it has like all these, obviously it has a lot of pages for your projects that you'll be knitting during the year. But one thing that I really liked about this is that one of the questions on the 1st of January is how much your stash weighs. So I actually counted all the yarn that I have, minus the scraps. I didn't weigh them. I have like two cabinets here that are filled with just scraps and everything. But yeah, so it took me like 2.5 days to actually go through everything, document everything, make photos of everything. So I put everything first on Ravelry, with the name and the length and how much yarn it was. Very intense, but I'm happy I finally did that. So on the 1st of January, I had a little over, I'm not sure if you can see, 20 kilos of yarn, which is definitely outrageous. Yeah, so, and I think we all have this intention of buying less and use more stash and whatever. I want to believe I'm not the only one. Let's say it that way. But yeah, I definitely need to do something about 20 kilos of yarn, which was approximately 60 kilometers, which is also a crazy amount to envision how much yarn that actually is. I mean, it's somewhere in this house. This house is absolutely filled with yarn. I think it's mostly yarn and plants, as you can see around me. Yeah, so I definitely need to do something about that. That didn't stop me from buying more yarn this month, though. Whoops. Okay, so, but, yeah, I made a list of everything, and it feels so organized right now, that I at least know what kind of yarn I have. I can just open my Ravelry and see all the beautiful yarn that I have, and that I can use for different projects. So, yeah, I'm actually very happy. It's not that hard for me keeping up with the planner. I thought it would be harder, but I'm really making an effort trying to color in the piece every day. So yeah, if you can get your hands on one of these next year, I highly recommend it. Yes, so then I want to start with showing you what I finished this month. Like I said, I finished 3 things, of which 2 I actually started in January and then finished. If you've been following me on Instagram for a while, you know I always have 50 whips lying around. So it's not that nothing ever gets finished, but most of them just lay around in a corner, in a basket, on the floor, not getting finished. And lately I've been feeling inspired, and I really been trying to finish things as soon as I start them. Which I have to say I'm really liking. So let's get to it. The first thing that I finished this year, or this month, are these socks. I've already worn them loads. They're thickness socks, patterned by Summerlee Knits. Normally my vanilla socks, I just figure out how many stitches I need. But as this was my first pair of DK weight socks, I really needed some reference of what I needed to be doing. So I purchased this pattern, and I have to say it was really good to follow. Really loved it, especially so I really have problems with finishing the second sock. We'll get to that in a minute. But I basically knit the first sock in a day, and it's so liberating because you can just knit a pair of socks in a weekend and have more socks. So I'm definitely going to be knitting more DK socks. I'm already looking forward to it. Yeah, so the yarn I use for this, I actually got for Christmas by my mom. My mom bought it for me. It's Olivia and Oliver fibers in the colorway Autumn Leaves. And to be honest, I dare to say there is not a more me color than this colorway. Knitting it up, I really feel like I need a sweater in this. Maybe even like a worsted weight sweater or something. It's so gorgeous. It has so many tones of pinks and purples and some greens and yellows, and well, I absolutely love Tam. She is so talented with color. Half my stash is her yarn. I'm not gonna lie. I want everything she makes. So yeah, that is the first thing, a pair of socks. And that is also one pair of socks for my 5 pairs of socks that I want to be knitting this year. I absolutely love wearing knitted socks, but knitting them is not my favorite thing in the world. I'd rather just work on something else where I don't have to think too much. Yeah, so DK socks were absolutely amazing. That was the first thing. Then second, I knit a Make My Day cardigan by Lily Kate Makes. I made another one of this a few years back, I think 2 years ago, in a black acrylic yarn that my mom had stashed away. Like she had like 25 skeins or anything of it. And she was like, I don't know what to do with it. So I decided to knit a Make My Day cardigan with it. And it's honestly the most worn thing in my closet. I always throw it on everything. On a dress, if I'm just cold, like it's so oversized and cozy. I absolutely love it. So originally it is made with multiple threads of mohair, I believe, or thick mohair. But and the original design has stripes, but I absolutely love both my solid colors. The yarn that I use is Big Vintage by Erica Knight. I bought it actually this month in a sale from Miriam Molenbeek. Miriam Molenbeek. Yeah. She was closing her web shop, and she's only gonna focus on doing other beautiful things. So she had a end of shop sale, to be I don't know what the English word for it is. Anyway, so I bought this, and it's 100% merino, or wool at least, and it's absolutely lovely. It's a little bit rustic. I'm a little bit sensitive to wool, and it's really soft, but it's a little... If you're even more sensitive than me, I would not recommend this, I think. It's soft, but like directly on the skin, it can itch a little bit. But still absolutely adore it. Yeah, so I did cast this on, and then I finished it, I think 6 days later. I will show you some pictures or some video of me wearing it. Yeah, so that is my second finished object. And then I have this ripsteel vest. It still needs buttons, but this is the ripsteel vest by, obviously, Lily Kate Makes, and I made a size 3. It still needs a good block. So as you can see, it is brioche. I had never knit brioche before. I was always a little bit scared of it, but after last summer, when I went to visit Lily in the UK. She has 2 of those in her own yarn. This is, by the way, also Axis, her own yarn, in the color Meridian, I think. And to be honest, it's the most underrated color of all her colors. It's absolutely stunning. So it has some alpaca in it, as well as merino. So it's a little bit fluffy and a little bit like hairy, as you can see, and so soft. Yeah. So, but yeah, I still need to find buttons for it. I had some buttons I thought might fit, but as Lily already told me, if the buttons are too small, it will pop open. So when I was in England to visit her, we had to close it with like some pins to keep it shut, so that we would not like rip out of it. Yeah, so I don't want that to happen, obviously. So I need to find some bigger buttons to go with it. I'm not really sure what color I want them to be. Maybe black, or maybe I just want them to be red. I'm not really sure yet. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Yeah, so I actually finished 3 things, which is okay, I think. And now it's time to look at my whips. Like I said, I've been trying to finish more instead of casting on endless projects. But yeah, I still have some whips laying around. So the first one, I think that might also be the oldest one, but I'm not sure, is this blanket by Pattern Knits. It was her, if I'm not mistaken, it was a Advent knit along in 2021. So it's knit up out of all those beautiful colorwork squares, and then it has this crochet edge around them. So I am using 3 colors. It's Drops Nepal in, I have to look at my paper, in blush, beige, and Bordeaux. So this is the blush color with the beige, and the Bordeaux color with the beige. So like I said, there are like a million different patterns to be knitted. And in the beginning, I was just randomly picking one out and then making that small square, which is very time consuming because you never get into the pattern, especially these types of patterns. You continuously have to look at the paper, what you have to knit. So I've decided that this year I'm finally gonna really knit on it. I think I have now, I didn't even count them, but maybe 30 squares. And I need to have like at least 12 times 12. So at least 144 squares for it to be 1.5 by 1.5 meters. But I really wanted to fit on a king size bed, so it's gonna take me like 360 squares. So I've decided that this year I'm gonna be knitting 2 different squares, so 2 different types of patterns, all 6 of them. So I'm doing 6 squares of each of them, and then I'm gonna see how much I have, if I really want to keep going. Also, she has been releasing monthly patterns in 2022, so there's even more different squares to choose from. Yeah, there are certain patterns that I don't really like, so I'm not gonna knit them, probably. Maybe I will in the end, because I think in an overall blanket, you're not really gonna see the patterns you're not really liking. So yeah, I mean, these are the squares I have now that are both knitted. Ooh, oh, no, there's squares everywhere. That are both knitted and has a crochet edge. So these can, yeah, go for a bath. And then I block them, and yeah, I will keep you posted on that. And then I have some other whips. Let me see, where are they? Well, this I am very, very, very excited about. This is the Aniseedora shawl by Lindsay Fowler. Oh, I'm in mid-row, but I can still show you. So this is half of the scarf. I'm about to decrease. Everything was going very, very well when I started on this, and it definitely flew off my needles. The only thing is I hit a roadblock a little bit. I'm decreasing now and the pattern doesn't add up, and I'm not really sure it's my fault, but I think I have to frog and get back on it again. It's so lovely. It's a repeat of like 3 different rows. I'm doing the completely scrappy version, so I'm using mostly yarn from my 2021 and my 2022 advent calendar, also by Olivia and Oliver Fibers. Like I said, she's very talented, and these are so gorgeous. Look at all those colors. I'm absolutely obsessed. I'm gonna be so happy when this is finished. Yeah, so I really need to get back on this again. Yeah, let me see, what do we have more? Nia was looking at me like, what are you doing, woman? Yeah, okay, so another whip that I have is this bag. It's the Pamela bag by Gregoria Fibers in her own yarn called Field, and it's 43% linen, 37% cotton, and 20% silk. Just to say, there is absolutely no stretch in this. Hence why this is still on my needles and hasn't been finished. As you can see, this bag has a certain pattern in it. It means that you have to increase a certain amount of stitches and then decrease them a few rows later again. But since there is absolutely no stretch in this yarn, I really need to use a crochet hook to do the decreases, which is making it very time consuming. I'm definitely gonna finish it because it's gonna be gorgeous. I cannot wait for it to wear it this summer, so it really needs finishing. Yeah, so this is also not a very recent work in progress. I think I started this last year, April or May-ish. So it's time. It's time to finish it. Then I have this gorgeous, 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 gorgeous cable sweater. Oh no, did I? Oh no, everything's going fine. This gorgeous cable sweater. It's called the Felicia sweater, and it's by Marina Kolacek, if I pronounce it correctly. She is a, I think, Polish designer, and she moved to Australia last year. living the dream, really. I will show it to you. Look how beautiful it is. I'm almost finished with the front. I mean, it's gonna be so good, so good. Yeah. There's only one problem. I made a mistake in one of the cables. As you can see here, I already ripped it back. It's a mess. I let it be in the basket too long. And now it's just chilling there, waiting for me to figure out where this cable ended and how to fix it again. It's not like a logical cable, as you can see. So I really have to look at the pattern, and it's just been laying around there for, I think, 3 months, which is a shame because I really, 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 really want to wear it this winter. Especially because I bought this yarn during my holiday in England with Lily, and we're I told her I'd finish this sweater before seeing her again, which was in October, which didn't happen, and now I'm seeing her again in March on our trip to Copenhagen. But I still haven't finished it. So, sorry. So this is The Croft DK by West Yorkshire Spinners. It's the column Callister. It's a deep burnt orange and it's really nice. The wool content is, I have to check. Yeah, so it's Shetland, 100% Shetland wool. It's really, really warm. I absolutely can recommend it. Yeah. So there's that. Yeah. And then I'm not very much prepared. I forgot to grab some things. So bear with me. Yeah. Oh, everything's stuck. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. And then another way too long whip. So these are the Pretty Song socks. I think it's from the Bloom set by Summerlee Knits as well. I mean, she just has the best sock patterns. Yeah, it's a lace pattern, as you can see. It's really gorgeous. I still haven't blocked this one. So this sock has been finished for, I think, 1.5 years. I think I finished it in the summer of 2021. That's also why I'm recording this, to tell myself, and you can also tell me, to finally finish the second one. Well, the first one was an easy knit. I'm not sure why. I didn't make any mistakes. I didn't have to rip back the lace at any point. And then there's the second. He is definitely the black sheep. I think I've been ripping back every lace repeat twice. Hence why it's still on the needles. Well, technically it's not even on needles anymore because I needed the needles. But yeah, so, but my plan is to finish these socks ASAP. Because they've just been lying around doing nothing and I need more woolen socks. So yeah, that's my sock problem. Yeah. And then my newest work in progress is in this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous red yarn. I already see on camera that it's definitely not portraying the color as it should be. I'm not even No, I don't think it's going to show you the depth of this red color. So this is Whole Super Soft in the color, I think, Brandy. Yes, so in Brandy. It is a, well, primary red with an, I would say, orangey undertone. It's absolutely stunning. It's warm and cool at the same time. It really depends on how you look at it, and I'm obsessed. And what I'm making with it is the Autumn Forager sweater out of the Lana number 15, I think. This one. I'll show you what the sweater looks like. Where is it? And then you obviously cannot find it. Here it is. It's just gorgeous striped sweater. The lighter color are ruffles, and the darker color is like a combination of slip stitches and loops. That's not the right word, but it's yeah, like this. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I was planning on putting this one and this one together, with like the ruffles being this color and the rest being this. I even swatched for it, and I liked the swatch. But when I went on Instagram looking for other people's Autumn Forager sweaters, I found this woman who made hers in a yellow color, a darker brownish yellow color, and nothing else. And it was absolutely gorgeous. And I thought to myself, why not just do it in red? It will be so much more wearable. There's just one problem with this sweater, and this is why it took me a little while to cast it on, because the rows are horribly long. Okay, sorry. So, because you're doing the ruffles, you're increasing your stitch count tremendously, basically every whatever round. So at this point, and I'm only here, I'm having like 350-ish stitches on my needle. That put together with a size 3mm needle, it's taken me ages. I cast this on last week, and I've been knitting on it like basically constantly. Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be worth it though. So I'll just keep on knitting. I also think that the fact that I'm knitting it in Whole Super Soft is not really helping, as most of you know probably. Whole Super Soft still has spin oil in it, making the yarn very unstretchy. Yeah, so especially when doing the increases, knitting front back, there's not much stretch for me to put 2 stitches in 1 stitch, making it a little bit hard. But well, like I said, I think it's definitely going to be worth it. I already love it. The first ruffles finally showing, and I think it's going to be so good wearing this, especially this summer on like a little colder evenings, on like shorts or something. Yeah, this is going to be really, really good. So I'll keep on knitting. And I think that was it for my work in progress. Yeah, then I think it's time to show you what I bought this month. It's not all what I bought this month, it's all the yarn that I actually finally got in. So, I'll show you first what I bought. So, I found out that we have another very cool indie dyer here in the Netherlands. I'm always looking for new dyers close by. I love to shop local. And then I found the Wee Yarn Company. And look at this. These are Suri. Let me see. It's Osi Suri Silk Pukka. And it's 74% baby Suri and 26% Mulberry silk. There is 50 gram and 300 meters on a skein. This is actually from his Star Trek. I had to say it the right way. I was going to say Star Wars. And I was like, no, that's wrong. His Star Trek collection. And the colorway is Laxana Troy. I have to admit, I've never watched it. But I just love the colors. I'm planning on making a daily ritual raglan with it. I already found some bright pink, purple-ish color that I'm gonna match this with for the daily ritual raglan. I'm very excited about this. And then this is the same base and it is called Lemon Drop. I got 2 of these skeins, hoping that it would match my lemon ripple crop. No, the ripple camisole by Jessie May. Unfortunately though, this color is a little bit more on the greenish yellow side, where my lemon ripple camisole is really like primary lemon yellow. So unfortunately it doesn't match, because I was actually hoping making this into a Ghost Whisperer tee by Park and Knit. So these were supposed to be both Park and Knit's designs. Although I have to say I'm still contemplating it. I mean, I can just wear something else underneath it, and maybe it will not be as annoying that it's not matching. Yeah, because I really think this would be so cool for summer with just like a bra underneath or anything. Yeah, let me know what you would do, because it would also be very cool as a contrast color for yoke sweater, and then just, I don't know. Let me know what you think. So this was my purchase from the Wee Yarn Company. And then in November from last year, I think, I did a big order at Oliver Fibers, because I guess who else? Because it was her birthday and she was having a birthday sale, and I ordered 2 sweater quantities. I just treated myself, because why not? So this is what I ordered, and it finally came in. Look at it. Isn't it gorgeous? So let's start with this color. This is Great Wall. It was one of the colorways from her 2021 advent calendar, and ever since I saw that color, I was absolutely in love with it. It's a dark red, but well, it's a little bit similar actually to this, but then it has some more variation in it. So, and it's a little bit more red. I'm trying to show you on camera, but it's a little bit hard. So this is a little bit more intense and a more red, where this is really like a rusty color. I think this is showing the difference pretty much. Yeah. As you might see over the course of these videos, I have a very distinct color taste if it comes to yarn, although it's changing a little bit. I ordered this to make a cardigan with. I will show you which one. I forgot the name. But then it came, and then I saw someone post a fine line sweater by Lily Kate Makes. I already tried starting one of these in a more brighter orange color, but the yarn is not matching up, and I don't know, like it's not what I thought it would be. And then this came in and I was like, maybe this should be my second try of a orange reddish fine line sweater. So I'm still contemplating if it's really going to be a cardigan. It feels like I only have cardigans planned for 2023. Anyway, yeah, so I might adjust my plans. Then I ordered these together. This is Marina Fingering. It's 100% superwash merino wool. And this is Surrey silk in, yeah, so it's the same contents as the other one. It's 74 baby Surrey alpaca and 26 mulberry silk. And the colorway is pumpkin spice. A few months back, I saw Marzena Kolachak, the same designer as the orange sweater I just showed you, posted a picture of a new cardigan. It was this beautiful lace, cables. I cannot describe it. It's she named it a Priscilla cardigan. And even before it was out of testing, I ordered this. I think it's going to be so wearable. It's going to be so warm. It actually matches this cardigan I'm wearing. I'm really having a neutral moment at the moment. Well, there's like two types of me. We have neutral and we have this. I'm trying to balance my wardrobe a little bit more. Yeah, anyway, so this is going to be that cardigan and I cannot wait to get started. But at the moment I just have so many more complicated patterns on my needles that I might wait around a little bit. Especially as Chantal van het Breidagboek van Chantal posted, I think 2 weeks ago, something about a winterklaar breien maar, which translates to ready for winter, let's start knitting, I would say. She is doing this knit along together with Edna, which is a Dutch web shop. And they came up with this idea because I think we all know the problem of it's getting colder. We have all these plans to knit, like I had with the orange sweater and wearing it all winter because it's really a winter sweater. And then winter starts, festive season starts, kids need to go back to school, we need to go back to school and back to work, and then we never finish that sweater that we wanted to wear during that winter. So then it becomes a sweater for next winter. I mean, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, they want to do something about that. So they came up with the idea that on the 1st of February we'll start knitting a cardigan, a sweater, a project, something that we will need next winter. Sorry. Yeah, and then we'll divide the pattern into 10 steps so that it will be done the 1st of December, and we'll just knit one small step of it, and then we have a finished garment. So my mom, she knits as well. I think she's probably watching this as well, so hi mom. She already tagged me in someone else who is joining, and she was like, okay, let's do this together. So she actually kindly gifted me the yarn for this project. Thank you, Mom. So I'm gonna show you a few little... It's gonna be the Yellow Cardigan by Mary Wellen. And I went for the original yarn that the sample is knit in, which is Jamison's Shetland Spindrift, which is a non-superwash Shetland fingering weight yarn, and it comes in, if I'm not mistaken, 225 colors. So it's absolutely perfect for colorwork knitting. So I came up with my own colors. I'm just gonna get some of them out of the box. There you go. It's gonna be a little bit more, these will be the lower part, and I still have some more green, a different color of green. It's hard to pick these. So these colors together will basically become the lower part of the cardigan, with the different patterns in it. And then I wanted to go first for some brown with white-ish overall colorwork pattern, as the original one is using dark gray with some lighter gray. And well, I like the traditional styling of it. It's not really something I would wear. So at first I thought I was gonna go for something brown. But then Naomi told me maybe I should go for a low contrast. So I ordered these two together. And well, I mean, it's definitely very low contrast if you see it on video, but it should be doable, right? It's not. So I started swatching, and to be honest, this is the most gorgeous merled beige I've ever seen. It's not working. Maybe I can show you. No, it's not. No, okay, whatever. So it's the most gorgeous color, really. It just doesn't work. I have part of a swatch here, but you really would not see it on the screen. Yeah, so I have to come up with another idea. And for now, I'm thinking that I might actually go for these two together. So I'll make the flowers that are in the main pattern pink, and then overall it will be this. So it will still be a light color. Or, because I also have this color, this is dark rose, and this is sorbet. I also kind of like this together, but it still gives a little bit the same problem as this. Because the colors are so merled, you can see like certain parts are very white and the other ones are a little bit darker, but then against like the white, some of the stitches fall away and the pattern kind of disappears. Yeah, so I'm still figuring that out, but I have to do some more swatches, and as I really want to start, I've just decided to start knitting, and then I'll see the color work band that is on the bottom of the cardigan, and then I can decide what I want, and then I'll order more yarn. Yeah. And then this or the white, I mean, white is never a bad idea. I mean, you can use it with everything. I definitely need more white tops in my wardrobe for mixing and matching when I'm wearing something like this. So it will definitely come in handy, and it's really soft. I had never had it in my hands before, but it's very soft and it's very sticky, so it's perfect for color work. Yeah, so that is it. I think I talked about everything that I wanted to talk about with you. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And that I'll see you guys back for a second episode next month. My name is Kiliana, and my Instagram handle is Breigenwijs. I will link everything below if you want to follow me, Revelry Instagram, you name it. Well, give a thumbs up, give a like if you liked it, and share it with your friends. And hopefully till next month. Bye!